the subject is positive mental attitude and how your perception over reality determines how you respond to a situation. I'll take you back to my childhood. When I was 7 years old, my younger sister and I were playing on top of our bunk bed. I was 2 years older than her at the time. I mean, I'm still 2 years older than her now, but at that time it meant I was big brother and she had to do everything that I wanted to do, and I wanted to play war. So we were up on top of my bunk bed, and on one side of the bunk bed I put all of my Star Wars Jedi Knights. On her side of the bed were my little ponies, all lined up ready for a cavalry charge. Now, there are differing accounts of what actually happened that afternoon, but since my sister is not here today, let me tell you the true story, which is my sister's a little bit on the clumsy side. Somehow, without any help or push from her older brother at all, suddenly Lucy disappeared over the edge of the bunk bed and landed with a crash on the floor. Now, I nervously peered over the side of the bunk bed to see what had befallen my fallen sister, and saw that she had landed painfully flat on her face, on her arm, on the ground. Now, at this point I was really nervous because my parents had charged me with the task of making sure that my sister and I played as safely and as quietly as possible. And seeing as how I had accidentally broken Lucy's leg just 1 week prior, heroically pushing her out of the way of a stormtroop fighter plane, for which I've still yet to be thanked, I was trying as hard as I could. She didn't even see the thing coming. I was trying as hard as I could to be on my best behavior. And I saw my sister's face, the tears of pain ready to come flooding out at any minute, and the harsh, crackling wailing I had grown so accustomed to, ready to erupt from her mouth and threatening to wake my parents from their afternoon slumber. So I did the only thing my little frantic 7-year-old brain could think of to avert this tragedy. I said, "Lucy, Lucy, wait, don't cry. Did you see what just happened? No human can survive that fall and land like that. Lucy, I genuinely think you're a special little pony." Now, that was cheating, because there was probably nothing in the world my sister would want more than not to be Lucy, the hurt 5-year-old little sister, but Lucy, the special little pony. Of course, this was not even an option that was open to her brain at any point in the past. And you could see how her poor, manipulated little brain faced the conflict. How she attempted to devote resources to feeling the pain and suffering and surprise she had just experienced from the fall, or contemplating her newfound identity as a little pony. And of course, the latter won out. Instead of crying, instead of ceasing our play, instead of waking up my parents with all the negative consequences that would have ensued, instead a smile spread across her face, she scrambled back up on the bunk bed with all the grace of a baby pony with one broken arm. Now, what we stumbled across at that tender age of just 5 and 7, we had no idea of at the time. It was something that was going to be at the vanguard of a scientific revolution occurring 2 decades later in the way that we look at the human brain. What we had stumbled across is something called positive psychology, which is the reason that I'm here today and the reason that I wake up every morning. Now, positive thinking and perception over reality, why your outlook can give you the edge. Now, all high EQ players have a common ingredient, and that is positivity. Some say you are hardwired that way. I disagree. You can learn to be more positive and see things half full rather than half empty. It comes down to forming a habit, and we cover that in our habit breaking, habit forming module. But those stuck in a rut of negativity will continue in that way. It's something you have to break. And here are the top 3 ways to do it. First is your confidence. If you have that above everything else, any issue or problem can be seen to be smaller or less significant. and any challenges seem more easily attainable. Those who lack the strength of character will of course be less positive than someone who knows his worth and that he can overcome problems. It's here that procrastination starts, and putting off something because of confidence, which starts the cycle of negative worrying in the brain. Number 2, do not hold things in your heart, i.e. let things go. It's making the distinction between what is worth or not worth keeping to your heart. But the more tolerance you have to things and letting them be, the better. The French say c'est la vie, whatever will be will be. That's maybe too extreme, but the idea is that it's happened, now let it go. Finally, number 3, see the good in people and others around you. The negativity often comes from projecting bad intentions on people. If you believe in the good, your whole outlook and interactions will be a lot more positive.